Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are around the world. Welcome to Kilroy's World. Welcome to my office. Welcome to the menagerie. And remember, just for fun, I'm here today to do a little. Is it woodworking? Is laser woodworking? But anyway, we're gonna work on a little Formula One racer from one of the one of the online creators. They have awesome information. It used to be called Make CNC. They sold it off
tropical fish
to somebody else. Hey, look,
says,
we got a tropical fish.
"What's up?"
What's up? But anyway,
Hey,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Peeper introduce. And Peeper, remember the comment I made before I started? I'm going to go do it now. I'll be right back.
okay. Good evening, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. It's only noon here where I'm at. Um, I'm Peeper49, Twitch streamer, and we do leather work. Just been with Kilroy for 6 years or so, and he's a friend, and I'm here to sort of fill in. Um, Today's work is going to be, I've got a
Jack in
beautiful
the shop
uh,
says,
Japanese
"Siva."
skiving knife that I need to make a cover for. I lost the one I had, so I picked up some leather and we're going to do that. And then we've got other projects galore going on. I just have to get caught up with them. Um, if you're interested in seeing more leather work, I am on. Hey Jack, how you doing? If you're interested, I'm on Monday nights and Thursday nights, 7:30 Pacific time on Twitch TV as Peeper49. And if you come to my stream and ask me, I will tell you the story behind that name. But yeah, today we are just going to be doing some basic leather work, a little bit of everything. I don't know for those of you who've been here before, we had a pile of unfinished wallets. Well, I finished all of those this week, the last couple of days. I sewed them together. Now I've got 9 new wallets to sell. If anybody needs one, let me know. Um, but yeah, well, there he is. He's back. I'm done talking.
All right, I'm making Peeper small. Peeper,
All right.
go small. And Peeper, anytime that you want to show something, by all means, let me know, okay?
All right. Thank you.
But anyway, so what I'm doing today, hello, Jack. Hello, that one kid. What's up? Um, anyway, I know who you are. Wow. I just want to say something. Last Friday on Retro Friday, I started out to do one thing, and that was to do another computer that I have that actually has a really nice motherboard in it and stuff. Maybe a little dust, but never got to it. Never got to it. We spent 3 hours, and I think Jack was here listening. We spent 3 hours trying to get a floppy to boot off the existing motherboard that we had and processor. Well, anyway, we got past that part, and I've worked on these things literally all my life, but you forget stuff. You know, the experience that you have, if you don't use it, you kind of lose it or forget it. And basically, there towards the end, I remembered it. So maybe if you're watching this and that interests you, on the next Friday, we're going to do what we were supposed to do last Friday, which is take a nicer tower and see if we can boot it up and stuff. But anyway, just a little promotion on that, and also too, one of the viewers volunteered or is sending us a box of stuff, and
Ooh.
yeah, so we're gonna have our very first, very first mail call
Uh,
streams, and I
Unboxing.
unboxing it, and I don't know if I'm going to stream it per se or make a video and put it out there. We'll see. It just depends. It just depends on when it gets here and how much there is and stuff. But anyway, and I think you know who he is. Peeper, Silly Andy,
Who is it?
Silly Andy.
I think so.
I think he's been on your stream, and I think might have followed over to
I
here.
think I think so.
Yeah. But anyway, that relationship has kind of grown and stuff, and that's pretty cool. I really enjoy and like how the internet draws people together from all parts of the world. And ironically, he's just down the road about 800 miles in Houston,
Just down the road.
or 500, however far it is to Houston. Yeah. So maybe, who knows? Maybe there might be a video for the first mail call unboxing. So, but
How
anyway,
cool.
so what are we doing today? As you can see, let me see if I can open this up here. Let's see. Let me go
Gaming Pretty says, Look XD. Gaming Pretty says,
Hello, Gaming
I
Pretty.
made it.
Well, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Gaming Pretty.
Welcome to the menagerie. Um, so what I've let me bring up OBS is what I meant to do. I need a third monitor, guys, on here. So what I'm working on today is this Formula One racer. It is from Make CNC, which is a new
Resnor _Phoenix Bird Fire says, do a flip.
which is a new which is the old name of the website. But anyway, they do laser projects and stuff, and I've got access to all of them. If you go to makecnc.com, anything, at least from what I know, anything that they've got there, I can certainly try to cut it and maybe show it online and stuff. Maybe if you want it built, I can do that also. But anyway, there's that. Oh, and just as a final show,
Jeff's Train World Go.
I finally got.
Aha.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, Jeff.
Silly Andy.
I finally got the
Says,
TARDIS done.
Have
I
good
mean,
work
not the
today.
TARDIS, the Dalek done. So the Dalek, this version of
Silly
it.
Andy.
Hey, silly Andy, there he
Oh,
is.
darn hats.
Yeah, I
Hey.
know. This one has a hand moving deal, and it's been a lot of fun. We went ahead and designed the little spheres. By the way, we figured out that they're called spheres. Spheres. Made a plunger for it. I 3D-designed the plunger, and although it doesn't move, it fits on there. Well, if I don't break it.
Says, oh, it needs some servo and motors for RC.
Exactly. But here's the deal, Andy. Okay, I was offered $65 for this. Okay.
Woo.
Yeah. All right. Which Peeper, as you know, that's like $2 an hour. So, but I went ahead and gave it to him because he did want it. But these definitely need some type of servo.
Canada
Servo this way
says, hey all.
and one this way. And this one was really tough. This one was really tough to make because it's so small. I do have actual plans for Daleks. Who knows? Maybe one of these days, maybe this summer, I'll be out in the shop making a real life-size one. Which, man, they're huge. I don't
Train
know
World
if
Go
you guys have
NLB
seen them. They're huge.
Says, get a remote control system for it and drive it like an RC lol.
Yeah, exactly. And I do, Jeff, have some RC motors and RC controllers that I could
Jeff's Train World
incorporate.
Go NO gauge says, put a motor in it L.
Yes.
Oh, put a motor in everything.
I'll show this one. But see, here's the thing, guys. Let me get this over here. So here is a hashtag unfinished project. Actually, it goes the other way.
Jeff's Train World
Okay.
Go
Here's
NO gauge.
a hashtag unfinished project.
Hey Greg.
Okay.
Snockrash for Canada
And
says, Jeff hi.
and here's the guts. You're talking about, the servo. There's a mechanism there for the steering. I got me a battery. I got
Jeff's Train
the
World
servo
Go
unit
NO gauge
and the controller,
says, nice.
and I have the motor. However, you can see by the dust that it hasn't been touched in years, like a lot of stuff. Hashtag unfinished project. So yeah, it is possible to do that. Now the question is
Jeff's Train World Vo, NO Gauge.
if I haven't gotten this one
Yes.
done,
Input one exactly like that together.
yes. Huh? Input one. You put one. You put one like that exactly together. But anyway, that's the point I'm trying to make is that eventually something like that could be possible.
Did you just hear my pounding?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't have a problem with it.
I do.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's take
Jeff's
and
Train World Vo,
I don't have anything to
NO
put on
Gauge
here to paint yet.
Says, I have $5,000 worth of RC. Silly Andy.
You ought to show them off some, Jeff.
You need to come to Houston Comic Con when I get the robo done of my relative Scott the canine dog from Dog to All Motorized walking the show every time.
And that's another
Jeff's
one.
Train World Vo,
Silly
NO
Andy.
Gauge
That's another one.
says, what?
That's another one that I've looked at, and that one would be cool. But the Daleks have got, but I've got full real plans. In fact, let me just show you here. Let me find it first.
Jeff's Train World Vo, NO Gauge says, I'm planes, trains, and automobiles.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Yep. Let me see. DC. Oh, I just had shrimp, potatoes, and sausage, and they were delicious.
What's going on?
Technical issues,
Jeff's Train
Captain?
World Vo, NO Gauge says, I will post it when I do a live.
Okay, sounds good. Hopefully you'll post it horizontally. I always give Jeff a hard time because his video is vertical and not horizontal. So let me see if this is it. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me share. See, where's the screen? Close-up cam, laser, just a face shot. Share screen. Yeah, here we go. Let me make this bigger.
Snakrush for Canada.
Hey, Greg.
Says, in F1 news today, Max Verstappen won the Japanese Grand Prix.
Ooh. Congrats. See, that's our desktop and go over here. But see, here's the 2008 Supreme Dalek. And the reason I did this is because somebody was talking about it. It has different side panels. But here's the thing. They are exact. This one was version 2.8 February 2025, so they're very up to date. And if anybody's interested, they could go to projectdalek.com and download these for free also, or donate a little bit. So this is essentially, and I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna read it. This is essentially the build plans for this thing, which I don't know if this is the one I would like to do, but it definitely goes into detail on the construction of it. The whole thing. I mean, it's. So I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know if I'm up to a full size Dalek in my shop. There's no room in there. But as you can see, the shoulder clamps, everything's in here, detailed. I mean, detailed down to the last millimeter. I'm just going to scroll through. But I mean everything. The reason I downloaded this is because I wanted to look at the at the gun. I'm sorry. Well, both the eye stalk and the gun. But for my Dalek, this was too small to actually print right. And the gun has these little metal pieces, which if they're bigger, I could probably make that a lot easier being bigger. But this right here can be 3D printed easily. So basically, it would be a combination of 3D printing and a little metal work and a little woodwork and etc. But anyway, I digress. That's called a squirrel moment at very least. Let me move this stuff over. Let me get this stuff off of. The main monitor. See, can I move this over? Move
Hey, I
that
know
over.
that boat.
Yes, and that's another hashtag unfinished project, huh?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like I get started on something, and if I don't make a really big effort, it sits.
You know, we're all like that.
Well,
You
I don't know
know,
if,
that hashtag unfinished project, I've got them sitting all over the place.
well, that makes me feel better, Captain. Not really, you know. It just, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for
The
trying to.
nice thing about what we do is either one of them we can put down and pick up in 5 years and finish it.
Yeah, and true, true, true. And it's
You
been
know that
four.
that little car you had there, you could put everything else down and finish that this afternoon.
I'm going to agree with you for the sake of disagreeing. But yes, yes, yeah, I could. I could.
You understand what I mean? I
Yes, I
realize
do.
there was
Yeah,
limitations.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. I really do. Hello, Jim. Welcome to the menagerie. See, I'm trying to make this bigger. There we go, so we can get most of it on there. Yeah, I do understand. I really do.
Snocrush for Canada says,
Oh,
"Hey Jim,
let's see. So let me go to cars and then Formula One. Why cars Formula One? Well, I figure I can subcategorize it like that maybe.
JJ
I did that with computers and it
says,
worked out great.
howdy Greg.
So let's go cars Formula One racer. And you know what? I think I might have it open anyway. I know it's no, I don't have it. Let me close up Photoshop first. Yes, save it. Okay, that's it. Let me file recent projects F1 racer. So where I left off last week on this, because we did work on it some. We organized everything into into the sizes of wood that I have, 12 by 12 or 300 by 300 and 12 by 18. And I definitely needed 12 by 18 for the bottom pieces. So this thing's going to be about 14 inches long, maybe yeah, I guess about that long. Which is kind of nice. But now I have some 12 by 18 wood, 12 by 18, yeah, 12 by 18 wood, and I'll go cut. I'll go cut this one first, and then we'll retool, and then we'll start cutting some of this stuff. At first, I was going to go ahead and paint, see, I could paint all this one black, and then I wouldn't have any issues with the paint getting into the little holes. So I'm not certain yet. I don't know. I'm really I don't have it painted, so I would have to paint it first of all. The wood. I don't know what color these are. These are probably silver. But the thing is those little holes get paint in them, and it's really hard. So we might shift gears and try to do that. For this one, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it and get it cut and then start working on it. And then once I get that one cut, I think this one here's the next one that'll need to be cut because it has the rear suspension stuff in there, which I think that is. Let me find the actual assembly guide so we can start where we need to. That'll kind of be what it looks like, and we're gonna work on this back part and the whole bottom piece itself. Let me get back to the top. And although even if I get paint in those little holes, um, I think it'll be okay. I mean, it'll I'll be able to make it. It was a little tough on the Dalek for the very same reason. The paint would get in the holes, but I used a little file and away we go. So, all right, so there's the beginning. That's what it'll end up looking like. So the first part we need to work on is this part back here. What did I just hear?
That's me.
Oh, okay, good. All right, that fine. I'm going. Am I hearing things? Let's see. Let me put. StreamYard up. Gaming Pretty. Are you still here? I just wondered. Did you come from Twitch or are you on Twitch? I'm not really monitoring Twitch. Maybe I need to bring up Twitch also. Now I know Silly Andy's over on Twitch. Because I see him over there, and it's perfectly fine.
Crunch for Canada says, fun fact: the F1 teams are reducing the amount of what they paint on latest cars due to weight it adds to the car.
Really? You know, I did see some. I did go look at some Formula Ones, and what you're saying, I kind of saw something like that. Well, maybe this wasn't it. Does that look like an explosion there? On this green one? But I saw some that were really like white with no paint.
Silly Andy says, so you do woodworking on a large scale too?
Yes. My biggest project, and since you brought it up, I'll go ahead and do a little self-promotion. Let me see, I think I can show this in here. My biggest project was, I hope it's in here. Oh yeah, was this fort bed. And
Yes.
I really had a lot of fun making it. So, and you can see it installed already. I had to move this thing in panels, and went over and took it over, disassembled it, assembled it over.
Wow,
there.
nice.
Yeah, this is made after I can't remember the name of the company, but they produced the plans. I love following plans. I can also make stuff from scratch. Some of the things that I've made from scratch, Silly Andy. Let's see. This one's my favorite right here, Andy. This was made completely out of pallet wood, and I actually even made the decals, and this is my first attempt at making decals. All of them, all the decals were made on a laser printer using a plastic, plastic label. And everything on there was done. Did you say something, Peeper? Substrate, yes. And I probably could have done it some other way, but that's what I had at hand, so that's what I put together. The nacelles are turned on a lathe. The most of this stuff is done with a scroll saw by hand and made from pallet wood. It was for a pallet wood challenge, and it actually has an Arduino inside. I have a video on the YouTube of the making of it. Let's do a little show here.
I remember seeing you'd make that.
You do or don't?
I do.
You do. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I had to do it quickly too. It was I had to get it get it done for the entry. Let's see.
Noise.
So there it is for the 2020 Pallet Upcycle Challenge is what it was for. And I tried to follow the same exact thing that I did, or what it looks like, which is right there. The only thing I didn't do is the upper rounded area that comes out over like this. But some of the kits don't even have that, from what I've seen afterwards. Um, and I started out just using pallet wood, and it was all made with pallet wood.
I was in
I
your pallet wood phase.
Yes, yes, and I still do, Peeper. I still some of the stuff that we've cut, um, like the birdhouse, was done out of
Yeah.
pallet wood too. I'll take the pallet wood
Snawcrusher Canada
and
says, Red Bull Racing used a mainly white livery today in tribute to Honda, their engine builder, while in Japan.
mill it down. What was that? Let's see. Let's see. Red Bull Racing is used mainly white. Maybe that's what I saw. Yeah, maybe that's what I saw. And this was the only thing I did is used um, is use those blueprints basically, and then got the cutting and got the scroll sawing it. Um, and see, the little lip is there, but it's not as pronounced, and the whole thing splits apart.
How cool is that?
I really enjoyed it a lot too.
Yeah.
So those were turned, like I said. Yep, there we go. I'm turning them. So yeah, Andy, uh, a little woodworking, yeah. I want to get to. Oh yeah, I used some. It's auto putty to fill in some of the cracks, and it is cracking still. Well, like I said, oh, and I made that from scratch, just kind of as you see it, you know.
Silly Andy says, You ever done a fold up workbench?
No, I've never done a workbench. If I were to do it again, I would have put the little curls on the top, and then I use an Arduino to give it some light in the back. But anyway, it was a
Silly
lot of
Andy
fun.
says, Nice lighted.
Thank you. Like I said, it was just a quick and dirty, um, deal. There.
JJ says, That is some fine specs F1 is doing. Nightbit
But now,
says, Join our Discord server https www.discord.ggxycjavi.
another one that I did, Andy. Now that you're mentioning that, let's see if it's in here. Might have to walk out because this one was pretty cool, and this was I want to see if it's called For Table. I don't remember if that's what I named the directory. FOR. No, LCD table. ABCHILC. I start losing LC. Uh, no, I don't find it. I just don't remember where it's at is the thing. Let me see if it was in number one. Number one. Yeah, I think there's some. Oh yeah, here we go. I did this one for a local gaming club, and what it was is an LCD in the center, with a table built around it, so that they could put their laptops on it and connect to it, and play. As you can see, it's a boat.
Says, That is cool.
It is, and it's still being used, from what I understand, for D&D games, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to get it working. I was gonna trim the
Silly Andy
sides.
says, Tabletop DD for dungeons.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna trim the sides, but they told me no, just leave it like that. So I did. But I wanted to put a trim on the side so you can see. That was a maple plywood, which really was really a cool wood to work with, for plywood. Andy, you got me going now. Okay, I do grandsons or grandchildren plaques for the walls, like signs and stuff. A combination of woodworking and laser stuff. Um, this is one of those hashtag unfinished projects here. I started to do a video game machine and never finished it. I need to get back onto that because all I really need to do.
Arcade box LOL.
Yeah, all I need to do is get the arcade box going, the logic of it. You know, do a little lasers. Lasers really help me to make stuff. I really love making stuff out of using laser, and all this stuff here. This one, you know, for paints and brushes, I gave to my granddaughter, and actually auctioned one of these off for one of our local auctions at work. And but this again was just pallet wood that I processed. And I'll stop here in a second after one more. I did this laser. This is metal. I believe it's metal. The album by Pink Floyd, and this one was for a contest, a reverse contest basically, and it ended up in Ireland, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, and Lord knows, because I had to pay the money to get it there, and it was not cheap. Anyway, yeah. And then there was this one here that I've been working on for the last 5 years,
Snodgrass for
maybe,
Canada
and that's
says,
the Lady Washington.
I remember when all the bars had a couple Pac-Man tables way back when.
Yeah. And I started out cutting this stuff. Somebody that we won't say that's on the panel tonight sent me the plans, and I've been working on it little by little by little, but not fast enough. Its current state is no, I'm not going to pull it out. Its current state is a little bit better than that, but anyway, there's nothing else in here that I really. Yeah, I guess I'll show this one off.
alrighty.
That was what got auctioned off for where I work, and the dice roller. I did the slates and the little nightlight and the paints basically, and that went away. And then this one's one of the ones that I really enjoy making the most. It's a lot of fun. I do this one on the CNC, and then paint it by hand. And I've sold quite a few of these. This is the only item
Snodgrass for Canada
that's on my Etsy store, by the way.
Look at all those frames in the boat.
Yeah, and see, I call them ribs, and and they're actually frames, right? And that's just shelving. No big deal. Anyway, let's go ahead and close this up. Let's go back to this, and the front suspension looks like this, which is what I was wanting to see. The rear suspension looks like, where's rear suspension? See, I think they messed this up, because this is the rear suspension here, I believe, which, that's front suspension. See, I think that's an error. I think this is the rear suspension here. Yeah. So I gotta find this, and I definitely need to cut this, and then cut. I don't know. I think it's this one. So maybe this one's the next one that needs to be cut. Yeah. So that one and these, and this. Yeah. So those two are the next ones to be cut. So the first thing I'm going to do at this point is get this cut, and I'll have to go over there. I put a piece of cardboard down, and then cut the frame, and then set the wood down in it. And I've never cut, well, at least I haven't cut lately, 12 by 18 on this laser. So let me take and move this to, there's no blue, so let's move it to blue. And let me turn everything else off. Because I want to cut Oh, this stuff needs to not output too. I want to cut a square like that to set the wood down in, basically, is all I'm after right now. So let me send that over to the laser. Let me see. Let me see. My cut is. Now I'm gonna have to look. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at another one. Let me save this and open up the previous one we did. And that was, I think that was Birdhouse, yeah. So my cut is the red layer here, and it's speed. Oh, wait a second. No, it was 1/4 inch. I can't use these settings. Let's go back to the other ones. Recent projects. Let's go to. What is this? Oh yeah, that's a bunch of little cars, but that's not what I want either. It was. Let me go back to the TARDIS. I know the TARDIS. No, the Dalek will work. Okay. The black is the cut. Yeah, and let me just mark this down. So I need. So my cut is. Because I forget. My cut is line 10 with a power of 16%. And the red stuff is the marks. So the red one is also a line, and it's 612%. And that's also a line. That is I'm just going to call it the detail. Yeah, there. I just marked it on my piece here. All right, so let's go back to this. Let's go to recent projects. Let's go back to the racer. Okay. The black is our cut, right? So that's the black. It needs to be changed to 10 and 16. 10 speed and 16 power. And let me go back to it. Yeah, 16 power. See if there's anything else going on. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, I'm good there. Now, this blue, I'm also going to do the same way because I'm going to cut through a piece of cardboard. So it's going to be another line, and it's going to also be 10 and 16. It should cut through the cardboard. If it cuts through the wood, it should cut the cardboard too, right? So let's take that, turn it off. Let me send this over to the laser. Okay. Let me switch over to laser, and then I'll go over there. I don't think you can hear me. For some reason, I'm seeing 2 audio captures from my camera. Huh, interesting. Anyway, let me know if you can hear me over there, guys. Test. You can hear me here. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Go.
Snawcrush for Canada says, does anyone else remember the 6-wheel Tyrrell F1 cars of the late 70s?
I don't. For her?
Okay. No. Excuse me. Okay. I didn't expect to get all paint out today, but I. Hmm.
Okay, so
Hey.
what I just found out is that my piece of wood is actually 24 by 18. Let me look to see what this says. Let's put it back to inches. Yeah, so it's 24 by 18. All right, I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna pull my um, my origin, and that's go to origin, and there should be a little line show up, a little red dot show up about there, and there it is. So that's where I have my my nozzle at right now. So I'm gonna move it over, and instead of cutting a piece of cardboard out like I normally do for repeated, for repeated moves and stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and move that to right there. Okay, so that thing now is set up just like that. I'm going to go ahead and send that over there and look at the laser, and you can't really see it because it's so wide now. Maybe I need to lower it a little bit, but let me do a frame, and then I'll go over there and see it. It'll frame it out, and I'm sure it is. I'll go double check it. But what that's going to allow us to do now, and I'm not going to worry about it. I think that should be right. What that's going to allow us to do is let's see, what did I hide earlier? Yeah, I had this set up like that.
Everything's done.
There's my marks. Make sure I got everything. So, is there a green? Oh yeah, here's the other stuff that's not showing. Okay, so now what I can do is move some of that other stuff that I wanted to cut onto this piece, and I don't waste it all. So let me go ahead and highlight everything that's here and scoot it over. And I bet you can print everything else. Let me turn the blue line off. Let's highlight this. In fact, I'm just going to make it a group so it doesn't move on me. Let's turn our blue layer back on. Click this and move it over. Okay, now it's going to entail a little more work for us, but that's okay. And we said that our rear, what does our rear suspension look like? Let me see. Where are we? Oh, we got some photos of stuff from people. We'll show that later, Jeff. Okay, that looks really cool too. I like that. But give me a sec while this is printing, and I'll show it. Jeff is working on some little buildings for his train modeling set over at his place. Let's see. So let's see. Let me go back to, where is that? Where is the? Here we go. That right there. Okay. So we've got this here. So the front suspension, that says front suspension, but I think that's rear suspension. There's a suspension box, so we'll definitely want all that. Don't have the suspension box there. Let me see what the front suspension looks like. The rear looks like this, with little dog bones, little square things, little dog bones. Wait, little dog bones, little square things. So this is the rear suspension, not front. That's wrong. Yeah, that looks more like steering stuff. So let's do that. Let's find the suspension box. Let me see if I can do this like this. Like I said, Peeper, anytime you want to jump in.
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm painting, and that takes a lot of concentration.
Okay. Just seeing where you're at. Okay. All right. So we got that. Let me find. Okay. Here's what I'm seeing as the suspension box here. And it looks like. Let me see if I can make this smaller. Looks like this stuff here is what we need. Yeah. It looks like. Don't go big. Yeah, it looks like this here is what I need to drag over there. So how am I going to do this? I think I can move this. Let me break this apart again. Move that. In fact, I'm just going to move it out of the way for a second. And I need all this stuff here. Well,
Snawcrusher
was
Canada
it really?
says,
Pew
the
pew.
laser pew pew sound
Pew,
effects
pew.
used in the Star Wars movie were from recording hitting the guy wires on the radio transmission tower.
Isn't that cool? All right, we need that. We need not that. We need all this though. Does that move it all? Yeah, we need all this. So let's move it down here. This can go back here. Like that. All right, so that gets us all this here except the little round things. Even though we're not going to need them, but I think that covers these here. What's the next one? Some more of that. Yeah. Yeah, so I need those little round things for sure, whatever they are, which are right there. And I've got them crammed all over the place. So let's do right there. And see, I crammed them all over everywhere. There's some right there. And I'm just going to group that just for grins. Let me see if I can just snatch these up. Let's group that. Move it over here. Oh wait, it's got these grouped too. Hold on. I guess I still had them. Oh. Let's ungroup it. Move them together. Group that. Move it over here. Looks good.
Snawcrusher
Move
Canada
that one back down here.
says, no moo today.
No, she's feeling a little under the weather, and probably has taken a nap, and she might be in later, maybe. No promises is what she
Snawcrusher
said.
Canada says, or Paul.
And Paul said he was going to be here, so I'm expecting him at some point to show up. Make sure I've got all these selected. Okay, that one needs to be selected too. Let's group that one. Yeah, I miss my friends, my streaming friends there. All right, that one there. What else do we got? Do we got any other round ones? No, that looks like it. It looks like I got them. So just because I know the way things work out, I'm going to print extras. I'm just going to duplicate that. And just put them in between here. Let's do another one. What the heck? Let's duplicate another one. All right. So we got that. Let's look to see what we got. We got all that. I think we got these two little bars. Let's double check. Two little bars. Oh yeah, there they are. Let me move this over. And I'm looking at the live stream, so it's kind of hard to. Oops. That ain't gonna work. So we got the two little deals there. We got that one,
Jack in the shop
that one.
says, I wanted to get so much done today, but my back went out on me.
Ouch. We need two of these that look like that. And how'd you hurt yourself, Jack? don't see that. I do see all this though. Here. But I think that's also front end stuff. Where are these big ones? They're right there. Those are the two big ones there. And we've got one of these and one of these. We need another one of these. Oh no, there it is. There's the second one there. And there's that one. Okay, so we've got all those. We got these two pieces. And you know, I probably shouldn't even worry about this. I know I'm going to need this piece here. And I think all this stuff is front end stuff. All right. Let me try to optimize this as much as I can. In other words, save as much space as I can. Let's go over here with this. Let's move this one to here. Let's move this one up. See if I can't get another one in there. I bet this.
JJ says, hope things get better for you, Jack.
Right, man. I mean, back problems are a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one's being a booger here because it's got a weird.
Okay.
Right. Let's move that there. Let me angle it a little bit. Let's see, does this one move? Yeah, let's angle it too. Put it over here. Take that one and angle it also. Let's take this. Let's see, where does that fit? Well, that would fit. Let's see, this one. Let's angle this one. No, not that one. This one here. Let's angle it. Move it over here. Yeah, that looks like it'll work. What about this one? Can I angle this one over and scoot it in here? Yes, sir. Okay. A little bit down.
Jack in the shop says, I will be fine. I have everything going for me these days. My sight is going, my hair color is going, my back is going.
I hear you, Jack, and you made me laugh, and my bronchitis cracked me up. All right, that one could go there. Let's see what else we got. Can we move this one somewhere? That one can go here. Jack, have you been streaming? I haven't
Canada
seen you.
says, I have to step away for a bit. Carry on as if you were normal. LOL.
Well, that defeats the whole purpose. As if we were normal.
Jack in the shop says, we will try.
Excuse me.
It's okay, Peeper. Steady there. Steady as she goes, Captain.
Yep. Aye, aye. Sir?
I'm not a sir. I work for a living. Man, I remember if we ever told a sergeant
JJ
that in the Air Force,
says, not happening, Greg.
right? That's what they would tell us. I don't know if anybody has ever heard that, but
You know what? My dad was a master sergeant in the Army, and he said pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't had no school. I ain't none of them fancy guys. I'm just one of you guys.
Yeah. Although I'll be honest with you, in the Air Force, even the sergeants actually had some education
Jack in the shop
because
Oh,
the Air
yeah.
Force really promoted.
I have all my machines pulled to the center of the floor getting new windows installed tomorrow.
Ooh, the Air Force believes or believed. I mean, believes. I'll be positive about this in education. Yeah, right, Peeper.
Sorry.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. That's why I got to bite my tongue. In that case, guys, let me go ahead and copy these little round things over to. Will they fit there? I bet they'll fit there if I scoot this down. Let me see. Can I scoot this down? Let me go ahead and undo this.
Jack in the
Ungroup
shop says, I have 10 years of education.
it. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I think my dad got 3. No, my mom got 3
Jack
and
in the
my
shop
dad got 6.
says, 2 more years and I would have finished high school.
And my dad, I think, was a very, very smart person. Um, Definitely logical, common sense. Even though he'd only gotten to 6th grade. My dad was really smart, though. For
Guys, when it comes to education,
right,
you never stop learning.
that is true. That is totally true.
The some of the smartest people I know didn't finish high school.
Hmm. Oh, I agree. I agree.
And then some of the other smartest people I know went to 20 years of college.
Dumb as a rock, right?
No, actually, one of them's an astrophysicist.
Okay, that one. That one. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah. All right. I think that'll cut okay there. Let's get rid of this one here. See, I'm trying to make
Jack in the
sure.
shop says, I have 48 years of education.
Right. Right. Now wait a second. You're 48, Jack?
And that was sort of where I was started. I said I was going to say I have 75 of education.
Jack in the shop says, Yup hop.
Okay.
Jack in the shop says, Yup.
Okay. Oh, I've got 64.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a little surprise today.
Are you being highlighted? I'm highlighting you.
Yeah, go ahead, because I had picked this piece up thinking that I would fill it in some of the places, but what we did is we finished it.
Nice.
So there she is. Another piece ready for the auction block.
Awesome.
What's funny is the next piece we're going to do is exactly the same piece, just different colors.
I like the grayish white background.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
JJ
the
I think
gray,
that was one I mixed up.
looks nice.
the gray robe, you know?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know, I think this in here is an open area. I think I'm gonna take this one. Oops, hold on. I gotta back this stuff up. Let's see. That's one piece. It's grouped. Yep. This is another piece. It's grouped. But I think I'm gonna rotate this down and move it over here. Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and look. Okay, I'm making it smaller now, Peeper.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over here just to make sure I'm not screwing this up. Yeah, there is a hole a hole right there that I can put stuff in. In fact, I can put stuff in here too. So let's move that over.
Let's see if this covers.
Yeah, I don't have it. What I'm trying to do is get this thing, let's see, yeah, get this thing over in here. That's what I'm trying to do. So let's do this. Let's move this one off to the side. Let me set this one. Uh-oh, what's this one from?
Uh-oh.
See, yeah, yeah. Whatever this had under it, there's no slot there now, and I don't know where it was. And that's why I try okay, let's back up. That's why I try to make everything one piece. Well, I don't know where it came from, but I will look at the pieces before I take them out to make sure that I've got the right, and I guess I could always put them back in and fix them, but sometimes it's just easy just to recut them. All right, so let's go here, go over to here. Let's just go up a little bit on this, over. Okay. Let's take this, make it a group, move it over. Yeah, move it down there. Okay. Let's move this one. And unless that actually is a little piece like that, I don't think it is. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. There's little pieces like that. So maybe it is. Okay, I can go with that. And you know, I probably could do this here. And just split the screen. Can we get rid of all this? Close all these windows up. There we go. Yeah. All right, let's move this down a little bit. So maybe here, maybe here. Yeah. And maybe there, because now I want to take and come back and drag this one over. Okay. All right, let's drag it over there. I'm really tempted to do all these little pieces while I'm in here too, by the way. Actually, I need to drag all these. Let me look at them small wise. Okay, let's move that. No. All right. No, let's move that. No. Okay, let's make it a group so that none of that stuff moves. What? Let's group it all. Okay. All right. And that can come over here. Right there. Kind of. Here, let me take these end pieces off. Let me take this one off. Ungroup.
Okay.
Group. Okay, let's put that one there. let's take this one off too. There's that one group. There we go. All right. So let me group all these back again. And then move them down where I was going to move them, which is right there. This is going to be a big cut, guys. It's going to take forever. Let's move that there. And these little pieces I can always cut too. It's not a big deal, I guess. But if I've got them cut already, if I can find them, that should work out great right there. All right, what other links do we have? Okay. Watch, with all this, we'll still miss one. And the little ones aren't so bad to cut, I guess. Okay, hold on. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. See, there's a piece right here that I think is actually a piece that goes... There's little T's somewhere. I think it's one of these little T's. Yeah, this one here is what it is. So let's get that over there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to duplicate this and just make a couple of them. Okay, there we go. I know we won't use them all. All right, let's move this one over in there. Let's take this one. That one should fit right there. I'm looking for little pieces. I don't see little pieces other than here, but I think I'm going to leave those. I bet I could get these 4 wheels in, but I'm not going to worry about those either for now. This will definitely be a one whole piece. And then these, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I actually saved me one sheet, and I'll have to cut these, and I can cut these on individual little pieces that I have. I'm pretty certain that I've got just some smaller ones that I can do that. Okay, so we've got this. We've adjusted it. I think we're ready to go. Let me turn back the layers. Was that what it was called? Laser docking. Okay, definitely need laser. I need cut layers. Yeah. So I need my cut layers.
I didn't do anything to it.
I changed my red line to, let's see which is that. So that's those. Those are cuts. Those are cuts. They should be black also. So let's just go ahead and throw them over to the cut, because this is pink here. This is a different color red. See? So just to do that, let me do that.
I didn't do anything.
Let's just throw that to the O2. No, not to the O2 layer, because that'll... No, these aren't... Yeah, to the black layer is where it needs to go, which is 1016. Yeah. So this is what I need to do. I need to do all these, put them on layer 00. And that's the cut layer. So now they're on the cut layer. That other one that you see is an engraved layer. That's this one. It's this one here. And I've got that one running at 100 and 200. And the detail should be 612. So that's okay. That's 1016. That's what it should be. This one here should be 612. So 612. Oops, I think I did. Yeah, I did it okay. So that one should be 612. One pass. Okay. There's no green. There's no other red. There's no blue. Well, yeah, the blue is the outline. I don't need the blue anymore. So the only two that are going to be working are 612, which is that red, and the black, which is a cut. And I need to put the black after the red, so that it engraves first. Oh, wait, wrong one. Yeah, so that it engraves first, and then it cuts everything. All right, let's send that over the laser and see what it does. All right, I'm gonna try to get some water. I need some water.
Jetstream World Ho, NO Gauge, says, I'm back. JJE says, Hey Jeff. Jetstream World Ho, NO Gauge, says, did you figure it out, L? Jetstream World Ho, NO Gauge, says, hi JJE. Jetstream World Ho, NO Gauge, says, Hi Jack.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess I forgot to put the laser
Jeff's
on.
Train World Ho, no gauge. Says. Hi Greg.
Hey, Jeff, hang around. When I come back, I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, I'll go ahead and show the stuff you're doing. And we can't see this too well, guys, but it is cutting it engraved in the upper left-hand corner. And that little round thing that's there in the center is actually like the little head of the man in the razor in the driver's seat. But anyway, excuse me, I'll be right back. Let's see. Let me see if I can put the desktop up so you guys can see. Let's see, image slideshow media, video capture, window capture, display capture. And I guess it's this one? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're cutting. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll put it right here. Eventually it'll get back over, but that's what we're cutting. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put the B right back up. Let's put it right here. And we can turn this razor off, and I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back, guys.
Jeff's Train World Ho, no gauge. Says. Hey, is anyone having problems with Facebook? I just got shut out of my account for no reason.
I have no idea. I have no idea, Jeff. Be right back, guys.
Okay. Don't even. Beat up everybody. You know what? Don't. But I'm gonna give you a little hint. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I don't care who you are. Mm-hmm. There we go. We're getting there. We need another color.
Okay, I'm back, guys.
Hey.
Can I hear something?
I just talking to myself.
Oh, well, I do that all the time. Let's hide to be right back. That's not done. I'm pretty certain it's not. Maybe that's not a good spot for this. But yeah, my camera's not wide enough. I guess I might think about it at some point in time, maybe getting a wider angle camera for the laser. I started out to, and this was the quickest, and then I kind of squirreled out and forgot about it. Right. So um, let's go over to Share screen. All right. I guess we're right there, aren't we? I don't have anything to assemble, so can't really do nothing until that finishes. Unless it did finish and I'm thinking it hasn't. Let's see. Let me go back over a laser and look at this. I can't really see that. Is it just... yeah, that's the size that it is. How come it looks different? I don't know. Let me go over and look at it. I think it's probably close to being done. Here you go, sunshine. Here you go, little sunshine. Hi, sunshine. Yes. Sit right there. Sit right there. Sit right here. Say hi, sunshine. Hi.
Well, hi there.
Hi. Look. Sunshine went to the emergency vet yesterday.
Ooh.
It only cost $450.
Ah.
I know. She's worth it. She scared us there for a sec. But because she's a puppy and she's teething. See?
Yes.
See her little teeth?
Oh.
Yeah. She's got to go to the vet too to have some of those pulled out.
Gotcha.
And but that wasn't it. In fact, I thought I brought a new. Hold on a second. Let me show you. Let me bring you what she did.
has to do with you and your character. That's exactly what this question is about.
Come on.
Make it real simple. When?
Okay. Yeah, guys. The dog rules the house.
Okay.
Extreme World Ho,
Yes.
N.O. Gage,
So,
says, I'm back.
hello, Jeff. Welcome back. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what you're doing, Jeff, and show those pictures. So I got a 12 pack, a 12 by 12. It's basswood. It's not Baltic birch plywood or anything. It's basswood. I really like working with it. Anyway, so I set this thing down along with the 24 by 18 sheets that I got, that we're using one right now, and is being still cut because I think, you know what, I don't know, I should be able to see it come back. That's why I put it like that. Maybe it
All
did
right.
finish and I don't see it. Yes,
What thickness is that basswood?
just 18th.
Pardon me?
3 millimeter or 18th.
Extreme World Ho,
Yeah.
N.O. Gage.
This actually says
What is it?
18. It's wood, Jeff. It's 12 by 12 pieces of wood. Anyway, I set it down on the couch. And this was the visit to the hospital.
Oh.
Okay? Now, I don't have a problem with the cardboard. I don't have a problem with that being frayed like that. And no big deal. You know, I'll probably
Extreme
throw
World
away
Ho,
more than that.
N.O. Gage,
The problem
says,
is this.
I'm in the train room screwing up stuff, haha.
I hear you. The problem is this plastic stuff.
Yeah.
The next day or so, there was bloody diarrhea, and and she was listless. She was, she looked like she was hurting. She wasn't her normal 90-mile-an-hour sunshine. Really,
Gotcha.
I'll be walking in the house, and I'll look back to see, make sure that she's not behind me, and she's already inside. It's amazing. But anyway, this is a puppy. She's teething. She decided to help herself to some nice chewy cardboard, and ended up in the hospital because of it. That's the only. In fact, when the doctor or the veterinarian,
Extreme World Ho, N.O. Gage, says, yep.
when the veterinarian took the X-rays and stuff, there was a I don't want to say clear. That wasn't the word. I wasn't there. It was a couple of days ago. I've forgotten. But anyway, an opaque matter. Guess what's opaque? Clear plastic. So yeah, we know that. And she's doing a lot better today.
Oh, I'm glad she's better.
So we have to watch her, man, just like the hawk. I've got doors closed, and I don't know. You hear them probably slamming back and forth. I've got a little gate there. That's still going, so that's a good thing. Well, drink a little water, and then think a little bit, and then, oh yeah, I need to show the stuff that I told Jeff I'd show. Oh, that's carbonated water, and the same feeling that you get when you drink a nice Coca-Cola.
Mm.
That's the feeling I just had right there. And not just current Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola back from the 70s, guys. That burning
You mean the real sugar stuff?
thirst question. Yeah, but this doesn't have any sugar. But no, the feel of it in your mouth. The stuff nowadays doesn't feel the same nor taste the same, to me anyway.
Well, I'm not a Coca-Cola guy.
Well,
I'm
what do you-
Pepsi guy.
a Pepsi. Well, see, when they went to the new Coke, to me it tasted like Pepsi back then. And
Yeah, a
pretty
little
much-
bit.
And
Jeff Stream
pretty
World
much,
Ho,
I stopped
N.O.
drinking
Gage,
Coke back then.
says, Pepsi.
If I'm an anything person, and I haven't done this in a while, I'm a 7-Up person.
Mm-mm.
However,
Train World
however,
NO Gauge says, yes, SR Pepsi Man.
I have some fond memories of going to the amusement park.
Jeff's Train World Ho NO Gauge says, bubble up.
Yeah, okay, sure, any lemon lime to me. But anyway, the amusement park in Chicago I want to say it's North Lake Park. I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't
Jeff's
remember.
Train World
But
Ho
yeah,
NO Gauge
west of
says,
Chicago, there
cream
was
soda or orange crush.
there was an old amusement park there, but they had these machines there that served Dr. Pepper out of the machine into the little
Yes.
plastic cups.
Yep. Yep.
That's when I first tasted Dr. Pepper, and honestly, I do like Dr. Pepper.
So do I.
On a on a type deal. But even the new stuff doesn't taste the same as that original stuff to me back then.
So you know what, Kilroy?
Mm-hmm.
When I get uh, Mexican food for dinner,
Mm-hmm.
my Mexican restaurant has all the Mexican Coca-Cola,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and that's what I have with my dinner, and it is really good. I love it.
It is. It is. Yeah. They use something else. They use something different. Um, I like the taste of Fresca, and I think the old Fresca used to have saccharin in it. The new Fresca has got the new stuff that they use.
Something different.
Yeah, but I'm actually able to tolerate it a little bit anyway. Well, I mean, I drink them. I like them. But
I don't keep carbonated beverages in the house anymore.
well, the ones we keep are carbonated water cans. So
Oh, so the ones I like the best out of that is Liquid Death.
what does that taste like?
It, it I was always looking for a water that said it tastes like cola or it tastes like root beer.
Oh,
And these taste the closest of anything that I've had. And they are really, really good. My opinion.
I'll have to look for them. I mean, yeah, I will. Liquid Death, because
It's where all the fancy waters are.
I've got some Liquid Death stuff that's called, I believe it's called Mega Death, but it's hot sauce. It's like
Yeah,
it,
that's different.
it's like 500,000 Scovilles, and I'm not exaggerating. 500,000 Scovilles.
And you
It's
eat it by the teaspoonful, right?
by the drops. Yeah, yeah. I've kind of realized lately where my limits are
Yep.
during and after, by the way, consuming the meal. Um, and actually lately I have been eating spicy things, and it's been fine. Not overly spicy, but spicy. Um, let's see. Let's see. Trying to find.
Hmm.
Trying to find. Oh, I got to change my screen over to me. So I hope everyone's doing great today. I am definitely feeling better since I went to the docks. Let's see here.
You didn't eat none of that plastic off that wrapper, did you?
No, but I think when I was moving computer stuff from the trailer, and there was a humongous 2 or 3 day dust storm.
Yeah.
The combination of that, and then the last stream that I did, I worked with the CNC, and there was some sawdust in the air. I think I was had already caught the bug, but yeah, no, it wasn't that. I know what it was.
Well, I'm glad you're doing better.
Yes, me too. All right, so what I'm showing here is some of the sprues that Jeff's Train Shop has, and he's putting together. I don't know. It's an amusement ride, I believe, of some kind. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's an amusement ride. You know, every time I look at this, it really makes me yearn for the kits that I have that are unbuilt, including my '79 Firebird that I started, hashtag unfinished project and haven't finished. Not the Challenger, but an actual model. There's something about the feel of cutting those sprues apart, cleaning them up, those parts off the sprues, cleaning them up, and gluing it together, and the smell of the glue is just. And by the way, our project cut
JJ
so far is cut.
says, not showing up.
Well, it's showing up small, JJE. It's in the lower right hand corner. The laser finished. Hold on. Give me a quick, and I'll focus on the share screen. There you go. I mean, not that that's any better, right? And I'll pick on them because it's vertical. See, it's vertical. If this were horizontal, I would see so much more of this. In other words, but I digress. Oh yeah, here's some of the stuff he's sent me throughout the day, and I'll let him explain it. He's working on that. Where are you? Where are you, Jeff? Let's go back because I think there's some stuff over here. Yeah, I guess that's some of the canopy and such. And it's a
Oh,
tent.
that's it.
Yeah, it's a tent. Yep.
I'm sorry, Kilroy.
Yes, sir.
Riverview
What's that?
Amusement Park in Chicago?
On Lake Street?
On
North
Lake
Ave-
Street?
On North Avenue? No, on North Avenue and Des Plaines?
Well, I bet you that was at Riverview Park.
Maybe.
It was a big one, right?
Yeah. I want to say North Avenue and Des Plaines, but man, I can't remember. It was north. It was northwest a little bit of Maywood, or north of Maywood. Yeah, that's Lake. That's north. Something like that. But I want to say Des Plaines Avenue was in there somewhere or something.
Let me see here.
All right, let me go back to the desktop cam, or to the laser, and let me focus on Peeper. I'm going to pass it over to Peeper. For whatever reason, Peeper can't see Peeper actually.
Well, that's because I'm looking at something else.
Okay.
Okay, Riverview was Belmont Avenue and Western Avenue.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Lane Tech College Prep High School on the north.
Don't remember that. But
Chicago
maybe
River.
so. But maybe so. Yeah, if it was about 10, 15 miles west of Chicago,
Well, that sounds like the place.
Yeah.
Our band used to go up there for summer concerts.
Yeah. And if you remind me, there's another one that I have fond memories of, and I think I have pictures of it saved, but I can't remember what it is right now. Let me go pick up parts off the laser.
Sorry.
No. Sorry needed. No. It's good talk. I want to say content, but that's we're just chatting. That's the whole. Yeah, that's what keeps people interested. I think that we talk about different things. Yeah. Interrupt me or whatever you want to say or not say. Do it. All right. Let me go back to the laser. Let me go pick that stuff up. I'm gonna get a couple of baggies and just kind of put the stuff in the baggies. Where is she? Okay, the door's open. Okay, all right. You gonna close it back up?
She was great. We were having a ball. We were having a good time.
JJ says, do you use a special paint on a leather for Captain? Do you top coat it with anything?
I do not top coat, but if you know what's going on now in the world, all these tennis shoes that people are painting up and making all the designs on, I basically use that paint. It's Angelus paints, and they're very, very good paint. But because this is artwork, I don't do a top coat on it because I don't want to add any kind of shine, or I don't want to dull it up. What I get is what I want. So there you go. Now it just so happens I am using Dick Blick paints today because I didn't want to mix colors, and they had some colors that I like a lot. It all has to do for me. It all has to do with the opaqueness that I get. If I want really opaque paints, I use the Angelus. If I want something with a little bit of transparency, I use the Dick Blick. But I think the original question, I got way complicated with it, is these are standard water-based acrylics. I think I'm going to thin this out a little bit. Maybe not. Oh, hello. Okay.
Okay, so here's so far what we got done. Oh, that's what we got done, and I messed up because as I
Uh-oh.
was taking this one out, I broke it. Because see right there how it's. I just
Joe Roy,
didn't
you
break
got
it.
me big.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I left you big, big peeper, and I'm not even on there.
There you are.
Here we go. Now you're small. So that's what happened. I broke this. That's really frail there, and yeah, I could probably glue it together and make it work. But you know what? I've got to use another one anyway. And let me show you real quick what I mean by that. Let me go back to my OBS. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that. This thing here, I've got these four to cut. I'll just take this here. Let me see if I can do this. I'll go ahead and duplicate it. No, maybe I shouldn't duplicate it. Yeah, let me duplicate it. Put it over here, make sure we've got all the pins and stuff, all the little holes, and then I'll cut this out and see we've got a lot of little holes here that are missing on some of this stuff, and I don't know where this goes. So we just have to figure it out, I guess, whenever we get there. Man, look at that, though. I missed a lot of holes. And does it look like any of these are missing holes?
Where you at?
She's right here with me.
Here. Let's measure you.
Ooh, muzzle time? You want me to help you?
I'm gonna. Aren't you on?
Yes, I'm streaming.
Yeah, well.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I don't know where those go. I would have thought I would have missed wherever they went. Well, we'll have to deal with that later, I guess. So the question then is, am I going to need it right now? Should I cut it with this? Can I get all this and all that in one? Will all that fit in one area? That looks like that. I mean, I guess if I did a 24, maybe. Let's see though if we can. Oh, and that you can't see, by the way. I was showing it. See, I'm trying to get this piece recut again, and I'm thinking I could fit it with this one, but it doesn't look like it. I wonder if I got a piece that's just this size, and that size is 10 by 4 by 5. 10 by 5. Let me go see if I have a 10 by 5 piece, and I'll cut that one real quick and basically fix it, and then put those tires with the tires above.
Hey, Captain.
Hey, hey, Paul, how you doing?
Good. Just got home.
Ah,
My, I bought that. I had to take back my printer because it went bad,
okay.
and the one I got was bad out of the box.
Oh man.
I know it. So I just got home from getting a new one.
Well, I hope this one
But
works.
listen, before I start putting it together, and I'll just be in the room here, and I can hear you.
Okay. Well, Kilroy's off doing, I think, helping with the dog right now. He'll be right back.
Come on, come on.
Oh, okay.
All right, there you
So
go.
what have you been up to, Captain?
All right.
Well, I actually today we finished up. I don't know if you can see this. I can't see, but yeah, we finished up a piece here today,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
and we're working on another one of these, just like this one.
Nice.
Also made a first thing we did was make a little tool cover for one of my Japanese knives.
Oh, okay.
Hey, gotta have those.
Yeah, kind of sharp, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that surprised the heck out of me when I first got it.
I bet. Welcome, Paul.
Hey Al, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I can't hardly hear you.
You can't hear me.
No, it got an echo too.
Yeah.
Let me look at something real quick. Yeah. Now there's no echo now, right?
No
What?
echo now, but I still can't hardly hear you.
Still can't.
Well, there is an echo.
Yeah, there still is an echo.
Yeah, you're getting the desktop echo. Let me do this. Now do we have an echo?
Hello.
Better.
I don't. It's much better, but I still can't hear you.
Is the echo you?
Me or the captain or who? Anybody but you don't echo. I don't think.
Well, we didn't have the echo before.
Before I came in.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
All right.
Hmm.
Here's a little more gain. Is that any better?
For the echo?
No, for the gain, for the volume.
No.
Okay. Well,
Do you think it's better, Captain?
I don't have any problem hearing you or him.
Oh.
okay, wait a second. There's something else too that I might be able to do on my end that might help. Hold on. And that is cancellation.
There you go.
There you are.
Yes.
That changed.
Here's echo cancellation. That's it.
That's
But I
much.
could hear you.
Okay. All right.
So did you hear my story about my printer?
No, I didn't, Paul. See, now I can turn this up so I can hear you.
Well, you know my printer went bad.
Is that spot back there that looks like it's lonely over
Right
your
there.
right shoulder?
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Anyway, my printer went bad. So I went to Micro Center and they covered it under warranty and they gave me a new printer.
Now,
So
what
I
type
got
of
the
printer is
print-
this? Or
Huh?
should you not reveal it?
Oh, it's a Bamboo A1 printer. And I got it home, took it out of the box, put it all together, and it was defective out of the box. So
Electronically?
today we drove back down to Micro Center, which is about an hour drive, maybe a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And they exchanged. They were real good about it. They exchanged it for another one. And so, in addition to talking to you, I'll be putting my printer together.
Okay, cool.
In fact, you can see it in that big. You can see it in that big box
There it is.
right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
Paul, that has multicolor, right?
Yes, it does.
Do you like it?
Oh yeah, real well.
Cool.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
If I get any money back, I'm thinking about something to buy with it. Buy with, and I'm not certain yet what I want to buy, but I also don't want to spend a lot of money.
A new guitar.
A new guitar, and actually
Now,
that
what-
one would be what about $600, Paul?
400 and I think it's 489 or 469. I mean, in fact, I can tell you real quick.
Okay. Well, on the Bamboo Lab, it says 529 for the A1 combo.
Okay.
And but I don't know. Do you like it a lot?
Oh,
or is
I
it-
like it a lot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I really. Now it's different than the Bamboo P1S.
Uh-huh.
The P1S is an XY core printer,
Right.
where the A1 is a bed slinger.
Right.
But it's very fast and does just a tremendous job.
Compared to your, well, I was going to say to your Ender 5, but you didn't have an Ender 5. You had a
No, I had a Creality CR10S.
Is the bed smaller?
It's smaller. The bed is 265 by 265, and then the print height is 265.
Okay.
So it's 265 cubed.
All right. I'm trying to compare it to the Ender 5 bed.
That- From what I understand, is the print quality on this is better than on the Ender 5.
Good. And the Ender 5 Pro is also there in the same $300 $400 range, by the way, which is
Yeah.
interesting. And the Ender 5 reminds me of my Folger Tech. It's got a frame around it, and then the bed goes up and down, and it's XY.
Right.
Um,
It's a XY core. Yeah.
yeah, which is different than the regular X Ender 5, which is a bed slinger, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever
Well,
all that.
that's like mine is a bed slinger, and the P1S and the P1 and the Carbon, they're all XY core.
Which is better, do you think?
I've never had XY core, so I don't know. I'm happy with the quality of mine. I do know that the fans on the P1S are louder than mine.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is this louder than the Ender?
No, no, it's very quiet.
Cool, cool. Because it would sit in here, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If it
no, it's
sits
very
in.
quiet. In fact, I've had it going while on
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. You have.
and it sits, right there.
Yeah,
So it's it's pretty quiet.
very good. Well, look forward to seeing it. Do you
Yeah,
think I'll have it done by the end of the stream, or?
I'm gonna try. I'm
Okay.
gonna go open the box right now.
All right. Well, if you set your camera up, I'll leave it highlighted
No,
while
don't.
I.
No, 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 no,
Oh no!
no, no,
You
No,
don't want
no,
us to
no,
see
no,
what you're
no, no,
doing?
no, no, no.
no, 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 no. I'm not a good assemble on screen person.
All right.
So so you can take me off now and put you on and
All right. Actually, I want to put the captain on.
oh there you go.
I'm just gonna go put some wood on there. Okay. I'll let you guys see some.
I'll just stand here and put
Okay.
yellow paint on this.
And what I'll do is I'll just put drawings on one. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to recut that piece. But I am going to try to make it a square piece. In other words, a 12 by 12, because that's what I put over there. Now,
So anybody that's interested, that looks really sloppy. Well, that's just the base coat. We're going to do a thinner coat to top that'll run into it and smooth that way out. So
very good.
we're not going to be. I gotta pretty quick when he comes back. I'm going to have to be getting out of here too.
I am back, Peeper.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere.
I am, but actually, I'm doing a little adjustment on that piece because I want to cut that piece that I broke. So I want to get it on the 12 by 12. You know what? I'm just gonna cut that piece on there without anything else for brevity and um, and that'll make it fast. So let me do that.
Okay. Now my
Is that
pharmacy called. I gotta go pick up some meds. So,
okay?
but we got quite a way. We got quite a bit done today.
I don't remember where you were with it because of course I've been trying to, do my thing on my end, right? So I'm not paying attention like I normally don't pay attention. Does that make sense?
So we finished one of these, and we got this one about 80%. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Cool. I wish there was a way to quarter. Hey, there we go. I can still highlight you, still kind of see what I'm doing, still see kind of what Paul's doing, and it's a little better than the little icon. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut. I'm just gonna cut this piece right here that I broke, and and that's it for now. That's it for now. Well, at least for now. I'll try to put some of the pieces. But anyway, let me send that over the laser. And now I'll be right back.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to highlight Peeper.
Good enough.
Here we go.
Any other questions you got out there, guys? Let me know. I'm good at answering questions. Giving you long, involved answers that don't mean anything. But sooner or later, I will get around to answering the question.
Now this thing is just cutting. Of course, it's off the screen. It'll come back and cut. It's cutting little bitty holes over on the left side of the screen.
How's your puppy doing, Al?
She's doing a lot better. She's
Good.
eating now. She's running around again and stuff. I gave the story of what actually took place. I don't think I ever showed you, did I?
No.
Let me see if I can show you that. Real quick. So so I got I got a bunch of 12 by 12, eighth inch wood, right? And this is what we found in her colon, some opaque material.
You've got Captain up on the screen.
Oh, I do. Okay. So that's what we found in her colon. Opaque material.
Really?
Yeah, it was sitting on top of I got it. I set it up on top of the couch. Really forgot about it. And
Oh man.
my wife looks over, and I mean the damage isn't a big deal. That's
Right.
that's nothing. But the fact that she ate this, and then like a day or two maybe, she's like her stomach is hurting and stuff, and bloody poop, and you know yeah. So
Wow.
we took her to the emergency room vet on Friday, and $450 later, it revealed this, and they gave her some medicine and stuff. But yeah, for those that think that getting a dog is just throwing it out in the yard, please don't.
Boy. It could have been a lot worse, though.
Yes, could have been. And I'm thinking it's past, no pun intended. All right, we're done. Let me go get that piece.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me be here today. I will see you all in, if you want to come visit my my Twitch stream, we're on tomorrow night at 7:30 Pacific time. Probably be doing more of what we did here.
What is this? I show up and you leave?
That sometimes that's how it is, Paul.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got to go pick up some meds that are due. So,
Well, hey, have a good rest of your day. I know
Okay.
it's early out there on the left coast, so.
all right. Well, you guys enjoy the stream. I've had a good time today. Please
49.
have a good one, and thank you all for letting me be here.
Hey, Peeper, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye bye.
We'll see ya.
And then there were two. All right,
And there were two.
let me go get that off the laser, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
right? So here's, let me go to the, so here's the piece that I broke, and the reason I broke it is because that right there is so thin. I mean,
Just a second.
it's just,
Just a second. I gotta get over here. Just bear with me.
all right.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah. So that piece right there is what broke as I was taking it out. I didn't realize that it was real flimsy there, and it just broke, so I had to redo it. But I've got
Now what is that?
it's a piece that goes right there like that
Uh huh.
on it. I
What
don't
are we
know
build? What are we building?
Oh, we're building this. Let me show you this. Let's see. Let me go over to the share screen. Maybe if I find it, I might not be able to find it. Ah, here we go. We're building this. It's a Formula One racer.
Oh, cool. Is that from Make
Yes,
CNC? Yes, it is.
yes, it is. Make CNC. Yes. Yeah. One of the guys that I play with, I asked for suggestions, and he came up with this.
Ah,
And I will consider future streams and future items that I cut from Make CNC. If I have the pattern, for sure, I'll put it into a queue of things. But so what I'm doing right now is I need to cut. I mean, I need to put these pieces together. See if I can assemble them. I thought about it, and I thought I'd like to paint this stuff first, but I think what I'll do is I'll just assemble it and then paint it as if it were, a regular model. So
right.
I've got a bunch of the pieces here. Did you say something, Paul?
Nope.
Okay. I don't think that's, it really doesn't need to be that big, does it? I think I've got it backwards. And I probably don't need to, see, do I have another one? Yeah, I do. So
That's
that
got quite a few parts, doesn't it?
Woodcrafting with
Yes,
Chris
yes,
Nealon
it does. Hello,
says,
Chris.
Hello, folks.
How you doing, Chris? How's your afternoon going? You got anything to show us, Chris?
Jeff's Train World Ho, N.O. Gate, says, I use the stuff I got from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, so that stuff you got from Hobby Lobby, huh? All right, so I'm gonna take all these little round circles and put them aside for right now. I guess I'll just put them back in here because what I'm looking for is I'm looking for these. Let's get rid of this. And if I'm not careful, Sunshine will chew these. Imagine
She's
that.
a
Huh?
she's a real chewer, huh?
Oh yeah, she is, man. This is
Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon
the piece I need here.
says, Nothing to show today, been at work all day.
Oh.
Jeff's Train World Ho, N.O. Gage, says, I was just working on the layout.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one of these. I need two of these. Here's another one. So there's our two, the top, the bottom, and then I need one that looks like a little T, which is this one, and then one that looks like, well, I got a lot of little T's, don't I? A long T. Wait, how little is that? A long T, like a little hammerhead T. Here we go. This one here. So I got that one there.
Jeff's Train World Ho, N.O.
This
Gage,
one.
says, Hi Niantic.
One that's kind of rounded. See, we need this one also. And then one that's kind of rounded. Where is that one that's rounded? And I don't see it. We need 4 of these, so there's those 4. We need 2 of these. 2 of these. Oh yeah, here's the rounded one there. In fact, there's 2 rounded ones, even though I only need 1. There's 2 rounded ones. Here's the other one of these. Okay, so I think I've got enough there. Oh yeah, then the bottom one, that is this one here. So all this other stuff can I think go away. Oh wait, we need this piece here also. Wait, did it add something else up there? No. See, I'm seeing this part here and this part here. So there's like three, and I guess not sure what it's trying to say there. Flip over to lower the car. Okay, that's the back suspension. Then it's these pieces here with that. And then it's that. Well, we'll figure it out when we get there, because I'm sure we've got it cut already. All right, so let's put all this in there and start and do that first assembly. And I'm sure I'll find something that I don't have any holes in that I need holes for. All right, here we go. So this here is the center. So let's go back. Let me see, share screen. We don't. Well, I guess we could have the laser. All right, let me lower this camera here, which is that one there, which is a razor, to there, so I can see everything. All right, so there we go. I can see the laser right there, right there. I can see. Man, how does the weatherman do it? I can see the plan that we're seeing there. Let me make the plans a little bigger. Okay. And we really don't need this, so we can just make it small. But I'm going to leave it there so I can remember that it's there. And by the way, this is leftover Dalek stuff. If I ever made another Dalek.
Oh, the wood is?
Yeah. Anyway, somebody was messaging me. Cool. From one of my high school friends. All right, let's see what we got. So we're gonna have to make two of these. That's why there's yeah, that's why there's that. Did you ask something, Paul?
Nope.
Okay. You know, I really wish I could make Paul a little bigger. I don't like him being that small. He's looking at us like what are you doing there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul's got to go small. Um, is this the piece? No, this is not the piece. This is a piece we cut out of something else. So it's this one. And yeah, there's two of these also. I'm pretty certain because there's two suspensions. Maybe not. Maybe I never cut it. I don't see it in here. All right, let's just work on one. So the first one we're going to do is this one here. And the first thing we did was we took like this, and this goes down on it, or does it go through here? I think it goes through here. I think it goes through here. Maybe. It's going to be kind of tight too if it goes through there. I'm not going to force it through for a second. Then again, it looks like it goes down like this. I don't know. I thought it went through there, guys. In fact, let's look off.
Hey, Al,
Yes, sir.
I know you have nothing to compare it to, but this is the print bed for that bamboo.
Is that 10 by 10 or 12 by 12?
Well, let me get a ruler here and I'll tell you. It is 10 by 10.
Okay, so it's 10 by 10. The ender is like 9.5 by 9.5.
Okay.
So
What's the price point of the ender?
well, the ender was like $125 when I purchased it. However, the Ender Pro that I was looking at a little while ago was the similar price, about $300.
Oh,
Yeah,
but it's not a bamboo.
correct. It's not a bamboo.
And I'll
Hang
tell you,
on.
I really like the Bamboo Studio.
Cool. Is it like Cura? Is that what it is?
I think it's superior to
Well,
Cura.
yes, but I mean, it does.
Yes, it's
Cura
a
has-
a slicer just like Cura, and then you can either put your move your stuff in from the computer to the printer on your wireless network,
Good.
or you can download what you want to do onto the SD card
Yeah.
and print off the SD card.
Which is how I've always done it, and it's a pain. I never looked into Octoprint, which is another version of that,
Yep.
because, but that might be one other reason to get one of those.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say 95% of the time I do it over my wireless network.
mhm.
I just send it over there and it does it.
And
It
you
just
can also
works.
you can also monitor it, right?
Yes, and you can monitor it from your cell phone.
Oh, and that's another plus. I normally don't leave it running and go away. But anyway, I'm just looking at some options.
Yep.
On something to purchase. The laser was the last major purchase that I made, and honestly, I've really enjoyed it. It's been productive. I can't say it's paid for itself, but there's a few things that have gone off of it that have, it just helps,
Oh yeah,
because this is just for fun anyway. So, but
the whole thing is just for fun.
yeah, I mean that.
If you're going to take it serious, then you can't do it for fun.
Oh no, definitely not.
It's got to be one or the other, and I like doing. I'm like you. I just do it for the fun of it.
Yes, totally agree. So we'll try to put one of these together here, at least. So we've got that there. We've got that there. Let me make myself big. Ooh, what is that you got in your hand? The bed?
This is the bed part.
Yeah.
This is the upright part.
Yes.
Snawcrush for Canada
Cool.
says, I'm back, hi Paul.
Welcome, Greg. Welcome back. Paul's assembling his new printer that he got. Again.
Again.
Yeah. All right. Making Paul small, but I really don't want to make Paul small because he's. There we go. I'll just do that. All right. So on my pieces, I need one of these on top, then another one of these. This T, I don't know where it goes, but I guess it goes like that somehow. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what happens now. All right. So it's this thing here. And then I've got a piece that's like this that goes here. I hope this is going to be tough. I wonder if it's going to break. that's going in there. It's not too bad as long as I don't force it too much. So that one's going to go all the way down to there. And now, then we're going to have one of these. Uh-oh. That can't go like that, but I bet it goes here.
Snocrush for Canada says,
And then,
cool, hopefully I will be assembling my new printer midweek.
and then there. Good.
Robinson says, Paul, what was the cost of that Bamboo 3D printer?
Jeff, it was, because I had it up a second ago. It's right here. Uh-oh.
I got mine at Micro Center, and I think I paid $4.49 for it, or $4.89, and it's a little more if you buy it directly from Bamboo.
Yeah.
But if there's a Micro Center near you, what's $5.29 for the combo, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's what I've got on the screen right now. I got $5.29 for the combo.
Yep.
Yep. I might look around, for another source other than.
You don't have a Micro Center anywhere near you,
No,
do
we
you?
don't. No, we don't. Yeah, and it's 256, like you said. Yeah, but
The only thing I don't like about Micro Center is they got too many things that I would like to buy.
exactly.
It's scary the neat stuff they've got.
What did I do? I messed up something here. What did I do? There we go. All right. This is interesting. I'm kind of not sure.
Jeff Robinson,
I know that one goes there like that.
Micro Center in Dallas and Houston.
Maybe Dallas is the closest place. That one goes there. Yeah, that one goes there. And then it's this one with the little short nubs. I hope it's this one. And it goes, yeah.
Well, the Micro Center that I go to is about an hour away, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm glad it's no closer.
Right, right. Yeah, we used to have a Circuit City here. We do have a Best Buy, but I don't think Best Buy has stuff like that.
I don't think Best Buy handles these.
Yeah. All right, so that's like that. Then we have this piece, and this piece, yeah, this piece goes below this in that little hole also, like this, like that, and then it all sits right there like so. So yeah, so we've got that there, and notice how they're kind of staggered out, right? But it looks fine, and then another one of these above it.
Now, Jeff, the A1 printer, Bamboo printer that I got is the combos. So it has the AMS with it where you can put 4 spools of filament on it.
Jeff's Train World Ho, NO Gauge, says, I quit.
You
Jack in the
quit?
shop says, hey Paul,
There doesn't seem
Jack in the shop.
there doesn't seem to be enough room on this. It's not going through. In other words, there's not enough tolerance in all these little pieces to let this go through. Maybe if I got it through first, it might have enough, and I might maybe sand the top of it a little bit. Let's see, maybe. Yeah, so if I can get this to sit there, like that,
Jeff Strain World Ho, NO Gauge, says, I need to find resin for my pond on my Tane set. Snockrusher Canada.
I don't know. Does anybody know where to get good resin
Hey Chris.
for pond? Yeah, and that goes there because it goes back and forth. But I thought, oh, never mind. Wait. This goes there. Yeah, that goes there, like that. And then it goes down in there. And now, yeah, and now it'll go through there like that. And if it doesn't, I'll just sand up a little bit. Oh,
Jeff Strain World Ho, NO Gauge, says, John crocheting hats again LOL.
woohoo!
Jeff
It
Strain World Ho, NO Gauge.
this goes,
Dude's good at that.
this goes, yeah, definitely. This goes this way. If I can just get it in a little hole like that, and I can press it down. Oh, this is tough. This one's really tough, guys. And I'm sure kerf has something to do with it.
Because is it too tight? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's too tight.
Jeff Strain World Ho, NO Gauge, says, I just make messes while I'm good at that and aggravating people.
Well,
Jeff Robbins says, I use ice epoxy resin.
there you go. There's a recommendation from Jeff. Was it Jeff or who was that? Let's see. Yeah, Jeff Robinson. There we go. I use ice epoxy resin for ponds, huh? And you know,
Jeff Strain World Ho,
I
NO
don't
Gauge,
think.
says, hey, would that work on making a lake on my train layout?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, Paul. So maybe if I file this just a little bit.
I was just going to ask if you had a set of tiny files.
Yeah, just a little bit, just enough.
You know, there's not much room between too tight and too loose.
Right. And then when you have a lot of different layers that take up whatever slack you had, because see, that's the thing. There's so many pieces there. They're all stacking up.
Yeah.
Jeff Strain World Ho, NO Gauge, says, use a Dremel.
Well, I've got this right here, and I just want to do up a little bit, just a little bit up. Now let's set this back down in there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yep.
Jeff Strain World Ho, NO Gauge, says, okay.
Hmm. Hmm. There we go. All right, I wonder how far that goes up. I guess it goes up all the way. And see, all it is a pin that stops it, from coming apart. So That's all we needed to do with it right there.
Just enough to get it in.
Exactly. Just enough to get it in. All right. So now we've got this little block done here. So now we've got this little block done here. Got this here. You can't see it, but I've got this piece and this piece, so that's all
Jeff
put together.
Robinson says, Jeff, I use it to make pin blank. They do use it for river tables also.
Yep, there you go. All right, so now these, I'm gonna call them struts, for lack of a better word. Go
That's a
right
good-
here.
That's what I'd call them.
Yep. I just don't really know where I'm going with this. I guess it's going to go like that. Let's see, because it doesn't tell you to glue them down or anything. Yeah, they go there, right. And this up, so it goes like that. Oh, and that piece that we had goes through here, like so, all the way to right there. And then ooh, let's look at the next one. Yeah, I see how it locks in. It locks in with these little boxes, with this top piece. Man, this is, wow, amazing. All right, so no matter what, I'm going to have to make another one of these. So let's do that. We've got our 4 struts for this one here, and our piece there, and we'll need the same thing on the other side. Assuming that I did cut it out. If not, I'll just go cut the piece out real quick, because it doesn't look like it's any of these. So there's the other 2 there, and another 2.
Jeff Robinson says, Hobby Lobby has cheap polystyrene resin.
Ooh. Yeah, that would work for the lake, huh? We need some of these. We need that one. We need one of these. We need a little 2 of these T's. I don't remember, did we have more than 2 T's? No, the long T, the short T. We have this one also, because we had 2 of these. Yep. And then we've got 2 of these here. Then we've got a rounded one. I don't see the other one. And a latch that goes from the bottom up. So let me put this stuff back in here. Here's my 4th one. And I'm not seeing it. So I'm going to cut those 2 pieces. That big piece back there, and no, I do have 2 of these. Take that back. put these back in here. Some of them are just junk pieces that cut out from the center of stuff. All right, this has got to be put away.
And it'd be neat when that happens if somehow it would put an X on it or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yes, it would. Well, I probably could have processed it, right? But man, there's so many of these that it's just, yeah, I don't need this. Yeah, so I need to go cut another one of these here. I don't think I've got. Oh wait! Ah, ta-da! I got it. Okay, so let's work on this here, on another one just like this, and it's from below. Well, we already know that we needed to take this and, kind of grind it down a little bit. So let's do that. And it doesn't take much. That should be enough there. All right, so that comes from the bottom, it goes into one of these, pushes it all down in there. And then I have one like this that goes on there. And then the rounded one there. And then I have this piece here that goes down in there, but it goes in like this. Maybe. Yeah, goes up to there. And this one latches like that in that little hole. Then this one sits in that wider part. Come on. Ooh, come on. Whoops. There we go. Got it. So this sits here. All right, so after this one comes a thin one, like this. And squeeze all that down. And set this in here. That's interesting. That's got a little hole there. But the killer here is getting this through there. Although I think this one's going to go hopefully a lot easier. That's wishful thinking, by the way, on my part. It's looser, but it still needs a little more. This really isn't a square file. It's kind of, and I can't really see. I guess it is. I guess it is. It starts out kind of concave-ish, but then it does become a square hole file. So yeah, so that'll work. All right, so yeah, this one up here, and then see if this will go through. There we go. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that. Okay. All right. So there's that other one. Looks identical to that one. All right. So is it 5 o'clock already? It sure is. Wow. So that goes in there like that. Let's see, that way. No, that goes this way. Like that. See, I don't know what I need to glue or not. I'm assuming
Jack
that
in the shop
probably be glued there.
says 5:59.
Yes,
Jeff's Train World Ho, NO Gauge.
but 5 o'clock
Says,
real time.
I have some of that bowl making stuff, but it has turned white on me.
All right. So this I don't know. Hold on a second. Something doesn't look right. Oh yeah. Yeah, this isn't right at all. Yeah, so let's take this back out. Let's put this here. It didn't go back and forth. That's what that little hole was right there for. Okay. I think that was probably maybe not the problem, but there we go. Yeah. So now it's like a
JJ
wheel can go on here
says,
and it's like a strut.
Jeff, put an ice skater on your lake, be like a frozen lake.
That to there. Yeah. Yeah, so this will take one here and one here and then one here and one here. Now again, I'm assuming that this gets glued down. I'm just not certain yet. So I'm not gluing anything yet. So that'll go like that.
Jeff's Train World Ho, NO Gauge. Says, LOL yeah.
And then it hooks up over on this side too. Like so.
Jeff's
All right.
Train World Ho,
So
NO Gauge.
we're still kind of
Says,
there.
I might do a water skier, LOL.
Okay. Let me make sure this one's right. This one is right. Yes. Yeah, I did this one right. All right. So we got two of these now. Let's go on a little bit more. And then this piece, but it doesn't show much going through there. Oh yeah. Or does it? I'm not certain what this up here is. So let's go to this one. All right, so let's make some of these box dealies to maybe cover that up. Let's see if that's what ties it all together. We've got two of these. We've got, and by the way, I might have found, maybe not, where the holes were missing. This one's right, so I need another one like this. And yeah, it's not there. Is it over here? No, I might have to go cut some more of these. Another one of these here. These. Because that's not it. And these have got rounded edges on them, so I'm sure that's not it. So I need to cut another one of those. Actually, I need more than these now. I need two of these, and I need two more of these. So I need a whole nother set of these. Yeah, that's right. That'll give me a whole nother set of those. I have no idea what this is back here though, but I do have it, and that's here. Because I'm assuming it all kind of goes together anyway, and here's where it gets glued together. Yeah, so that the suspension box, yeah. Yeah, so the suspension box looks like that. So yeah, so
There's a lot of parts to that thing in there.
there are, Paul, there are a ton.
And a lot of them little.
Maybe I do have this. Maybe I do have it. Yeah, I've got them here. This part here is
Yeah.
is the one I have in my hand. I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, it's the one I have in my hand. And then I've got these two little round things. Yeah, we're good here. We're good. I don't have to go cut anything else. All right, let me make this small. Yeah, see, these right here, it's like this. When it stands up, it's like that, or like this, and that goes to the front, that goes to the back here, and it has this here, here. Ooh, wonder why that's got that right there, though. Ooh. Oh, I see why. That's what locks in the pieces, these side pieces in. So it looks like I need to put this in the back. Let's move this stuff around a little bit. And I don't know if I should glue it together or not. So in the meantime, what I'm doing is just holding the stuff together. Maybe I should just use
Will it
tape.
fit without glue?
Possibly, yes. So here's what I'm doing. I'm using a little clamp to hold these on and another little clamp to hold these on for now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just for right now, because I'm wondering if it'll actually articulate. So there we go. So at least I can handle them, right? And they don't
Yeah.
fall apart on me, and they're not glued together. And then this piece will go kind of kind of.
That's a good idea to do it that way.
Thank you, Paul.
Hey,
Because it has to go. It has to go. I don't see
if
this
nothing else, you'll know if everything will fit together.
exactly. Yeah. And Paul, what happened on making it up on Saturday? I didn't make it. I was playing video games with some friends.
Um, there was some pretty good stuff on there. We were on for an hour and a half.
Ooh. Yeah, you guys are normally on, an hour. Bam, you're gone.
Yeah.
So there. So that's being held together there. Let me get this in here. There we go. So that's holding together right there. And wow, it actually is working a lot better than what I even thought that it would work. Yeah, whether it articulates or not, it doesn't matter. I'll 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 take my chances. All right, and then let me get the. No, don't have to get the other side set up. I can take this and connect it here. Now see, this will glue right there. I should glue that right there probably. And then this one holds in here, and this other piece is what keeps it from moving. So let's just do it this way. I think, yeah. See how it kind of takes up the slack on this side? But I've got it upside down. Yeah, I do. The longer slot goes to the bottom. So let's get this out of here. It's actually fighting me. Oh, think I might have just strained it enough to where I break it or broke it.
That's not good.
No, it's not. Well, I'm gonna lose. It's those clamps, to be honest. They just don't let it come apart. The clamps are working that well, but yeah, the bottom part is what goes on there like that. So it goes like that. Okay. All right. So let's put the clamps back on. Now that I got it off. And I'll put the bottom one on first, I think. And then I'll be able to put the top one on. Let's see if I can do that. And of course, like I said, the longer piece to the bottom, right? So let's get that in there. Yeah, get it in there. And like that. And then the top two pieces also. Alright, so to the inside. So I'm going to just put that other clamp back on for a second. Alright, so there we are. So the longer piece goes to the bottom so that when we put this in, it slots in like that. Like so. Cool. And then the other one also, make sure I'm doing this right, yeah. And the other one on this side also. And yes, this thing did break, but I think I can make it work.
A little bit of super glue and then it's not broke anymore.
Exactly. And I think I'll do it before I move on. Well, that came off. Or go cut another one. But I've already taken the tolerance out of this thing, so. All right, hold on. Yeah, let me glue it and I'll put it back in there. And you know, I can't find my little top to my super glue, my little, I got a sneaky feeling that somebody has been eating my stuff on my bench for some reason. Who could that be?
Eating?
Eating, yes. Chewing. Chewing. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Who could that be, Paul, that's chewing stuff on my...
Well, if you find it in your yard,
Right?
there's a pretty good chance.
Maybe that was the opaque item that was... Yeah. But it's so tiny. And Nana got me some real acetone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
Fingernail polish remover.
pure acetone.
Oh, the real stuff.
Yes, the real stuff. Hey, it's professional quality.
Ooh,
Yeah, we're no amateurs here when using.
I guess not. I'm impressed.
We just lose little tips. And I was afraid maybe I could like 3D print a tip, maybe, huh?
Hey, yeah.
At some point. At some point. We're not going to squirrel out right now with that, though. Let me see if I can use this. If not, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, that's okay. That was a nice drop. Let's see if it works for us. Now my concern is that it's going to get on those two surfaces and I won't be able to move them if they're movable. It's live and learn. Okay, I think that works. Okay, let's put this in there, maybe. I may just have to glue it all together because now it's too tight.
Well, I almost got it together, Al.
And I haven't even put a a wheel on this thing. It's cool, Paul. Let me see what you got there. Is it ready to be fired up? I see you looking over it.
No, I'm still figuring out how it goes together.
Okay. That side went in. That side went in. Okay. Yeah. Now, I'm just wondering. I'm gonna let go of this. Does it move? No, not really. Yeah. So maybe I should have just super glued it all together.
I mean, what's the worst can happen? You got to reprint the whole thing.
Reprint it. Yeah. That is the worst. All right. So I got these two pieces here. There's a third one that goes on there also, and it goes right here. So before I glue this on, I'm gonna go ahead and put the other side of this over here, just to make sure that we're doing good. This piece goes in here like this, I think.
Well, let me turn it on.
Let me make you big, Paul. Okay.
It's on. See if it connects to my Wi-Fi here.
Nice. Let me see if by chance, where is that other piece? Oh, here it is. Let me see if by chance I can just get this on here. And
Okay.
you're right, Paul?
Hey, it connected to my Wi-Fi. Now I have to connect it to my phone. So far, it's looking good.
Good.
Hey,
Are you living the good life, Paul?
so far, I hate to say anything.
Right?
Log on successful, printer name. Let me do the calibration. See if it does the calibration.
Is it an all auto level bed?
Yes.
Yeah. See that's nice. Although I haven't honestly leveled my bed in a while.
Well, that's like mine. I don't think I hardly ever leveled it.
Yeah.
Hey, so far it's finding a home axis. I don't know if you can see it moving there.
Yes. Yes, I can see it.
Now it's doing the motor noise cancellation.
Very cool.
So far everything's working.
I think I'll do this the way I did it before, and that's to put two pieces and a clamp. That worked out really well. And then another two pieces down here. That one out. And my guess is I probably could have super glued this also. But you know, I sometimes look at like these kits and think, well, how can I improve it to where it actually works and isn't just a a clump of wood, right?
Yeah. What time is it?
It's five something ish. How's your wife, Paul?
Uh,
How's your wife?
she's coming along. She has good days and bad, but she did ride down to Micro Center with me,
Cool.
which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Get
Company.
her out and get some fresh air.
Yeah. Just like Nana. Nana went to have lunch with me the other day. We normally don't go out to eat lunch. She's usually working and doesn't really care to go out for that. And I don't blame her, really. I mean, I spend my time in the public view, I guess, in the classroom, right? You know, talking to people and interacting with a lot of people. So for me, to come into my shop and chill is one of the nicest things of the day, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
And I don't mind interacting with people. It's just,
It's nice to be out.
yeah, yeah. And we had some nice lunch too. Yeah, this is going to be solid. This isn't going to move at all. So you made the birdhouse with that other one, right? And it worked fine, right, Paul?
Yep. Yeah, it worked great. Yeah, my birdhouse worked good.
Awesome. I'm still doing a few little details on the one for Moo Hugs, but that one's coming along really well too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I didn't do it backwards. I did it. Man, I thought I made the same exact mistake on this one that I did on the other one, but I didn't.
Jeff's Train World Ho, NLH, says, well, how far did you get?
This far, Jeff. Show you here in a sec.
Jeff's Train World Ho, NLH, says, I'm watching you in NASCAR LOL.
And NASCARing, huh? I think this goes upside down. Why does that look wrong? All right, yeah. So that's locked in there. I can remove this now. There we go. Here, let me show you, Jeff. Paul, let me know when you're ready
Jeff's
to.
Train World
When I'm ready to what?
Whatever.
This train set is starting to get well.
Whenever you're ready to show it off, Paul. So
Okay.
what I got done is Jeff is kind of got almost that put together there. We'll need to put these two pieces here, like this.
Jeff's Train World Ho,
Oh wait,
NLH,
like this,
nice.
like that. Okay. Thank you. Like that. On this one. And I'll be dropping some super glue in a second. Just kind of put it all together. So I'm kind of like doing a dry fit, and then I'll actually add the glue. Yeah, I was hoping that I could get this to articulate up and down, but that's not going to happen. So they don't articulate in any way, shape, or form.
You should really dig out a wonderful clue.
Well, that might be one of the things. All right, so we got these two little pieces there, and we've got the front panel that goes like this. It goes, no, not this one, this one. So I'm trying to orient this to the front. Yeah, this one goes here. And it may be time to start gluing stuff. And then, yeah, and then this one goes here. But I need to make sure of the orientation. Yeah, I think it goes like that. And the reason I know that is because I can see the slots right in here. So that's right. So actually, I think that's what I need right there. So let's add some glue. Well, let's look some more before I add some glue. And I guess it'd be sitting here like this. Ooh, it's like calling us. Paul, 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 Paul. Let's peek in on Paul.
Now it's doing a vibration compensation.
Okay.
All right, I got it all together. Let me hope I don't get you seasick, but I'm going to move my camera over there.
That looks like a really nice machine too.
There's the AMS. It holds 4 spools of filament.
Can you set that above the printer?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I've seen some where they have it attached to the
Jack
wall.
in the shop.
Huh. Nice.
And right now it's doing a vibration. I don't know if you can see that or not. No. It's doing a vibration compensation test. And it takes about 5 minutes. It just puts different frequencies through the head
Uh-huh.
and it tests for vibration. And anyway, this is how the filament gets to the head, and then it gets separated in here. And then there's the SD card right there on the front.
Okay.
And it's got a little camera right here. Right there. Let me shut the, well, I can't shut the light on. But there's a light here, and then there's a camera there. Let me turn that. There's the camera.
That's nice. It's got a camera.
Yep.
That's it just seems more better and better and better the more I hear about it, because the FT5 that I have, I think I paid $200 for it, but it was a $600 printer back then. Of course, it is a 12 by 12 footprint, but it doesn't have a camera. It doesn't have auto level. It doesn't have 4 colors. I mean, it's yeah. We'll see. I was thinking I was going to spend more, so maybe I'll pay some bills off with hopefully some of it. And we're going to get a new stove also. Nana and I have spoken about it, and so that's going to be part of the deal. And I thought, well, I just get something too. And I was thinking about getting a plasma cutter for a table. Now I might just get a plasma cutter. I might get a cheap plasma cutter from Harbor Freight or something. A couple of $100, I think. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, but I thought I had seen a plasma table and cutter for 1,500. Well, it was just the table.
Huh.
Just the table, though. So I guess I would still have to attach a plasma cutter to it. And that might be a possibility too. But then, like we were talking about, Paul,
Says, I am looking at
Well, which would you use the most?
well, I don't know. I think the printer. I really do think the 3D printer would be used more. Yep.
Yeah,
But
I
there's,
tend to agree with that.
but there's other things that I do in the shop that I go, well, how am I going to cut this piece of metal? So maybe just a plasma cutter would be something that I would want. Not necessarily a table.
Well, they've got those handheld plasma cutters now.
Exactly. Yes.
And
And you
my
can cut
son has
straight.
one of those, and it works quite well.
I could set up something, rig it to where I could just pull it straight. I've seen people lay down angle iron and just go right up against there and cut.
Yep.
There's all sorts of ways to cut. But again,
My son cut, I think it was 1/8-inch stainless steel with his, and he got it at Harbor Freight.
3D printer more, but I make more money with the plasma.
yeah. See, Jack, I don't have the clientele for the plasma. It's just like one of those shop things. Anyway, Paul, this is, and I think I'm going to leave it here. Okay. I think
Call it a day, huh?
yeah, I think this is as far as I'm going to go with. I'm not going to do a 6-hour stream. If anything, I'll sit with Nana for a little while, but I think it seems to me to be the most complicated part of this thing. Now we might find out later on. I haven't
Now, do
included.
those axle ends move up and down?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't. Yeah, that's why I was trying to be cautious with it. I could have just glued them in place and Bob's your uncle. That
Yeah.
would have been cool now if they
Oh,
did
it would
do
have
that.
been.
You know,
Yeah.
but you know the yeah, I can do this. The the Dalek.
Yep.
Oh, the Dalek, and I just lost something. Oh, there we go. The Dalek used little round circles like this for the spheres, and
Yep.
and I came in and I went ahead and 3D printed, you know,
The plastic ones.
the
Yeah.
plastic sphere. And honestly and truly, that makes it look, I think, 100%.
Oh,
And
I
then I
think it
went
is too.
and then I went on, and I'm getting to a point. And then I went on and I made the gun, and I had made another plunger, right?
Yep.
This one's too small. But anyway, so I made some little changes that were really obvious and apparent that could be done. This might be a little more detailed, but it could be a 3D printed mechanism of some kind that went up and down to, you know. But I'd have to take all the time to design it and stuff. So on the first one, I'm just going to go totally stock. And if I ever build another one, I might think about it. But it just adds more time and, of course, more time to
Yeah.
it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and um, just go ahead and glue this up here.
Yep.
And
As soon as this is done running its test, I'm gonna quit for tonight.
understood. No worries at all. No worries at all. I'm just going to hold this stuff together with a clamp. And I think what I'll do is I'll go sit in there with Nana if she's in there. If not, I'm going to go out to the shop. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just see if I can just glue that right there for right now. And I'll try to use this stuff like it sits. It's already stuck. Let's do the other side. Oh, stick. What's nice is even if it doesn't stick later on, it'll be that much closer to being stuck together,
Oh yeah.
and it does come apart on you. And I know this is going to sit in here. Just looking at the way this is. Let's see, is there glue there? Yeah, there is. Of course there is. Just put it there.
That looks good.
Thank you. It's not a precision thing, you know,
Yeah.
but
Simply Wooden Creations
hey, Russ.
says, just got home, saw you on So I Am A watching.
Welcome,
Russ.
welcome to the menagerie, Russ. We're getting ready to call it a day, though. I've been working on this gearbox, and I think I still need to. Oh, do I need to push that down? No, I don't. That's just looks like that. Um, it's this piece right here of the Formula One. See how that's assembled, and these are all the parts. And you know, a real woodworker would scroll saw these, but um, to get to that is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but you'd never get those rings on the tires to line up like you can with your.
I agree, totally. I mean, that's what we got.
Yeah.
That's it. I think I might maybe
Simply
throw.
Wooden Creations says, I understand looks good.
Thank you. I might throw a little color in this right now. I'm not certain yet. I think the box part will be white, and I think I'm going to try to do the linkage like silver.
Simply Wooden Creations says, awesome.
Thank you, sir. I've got some of this chrome mirror stuff that will probably look pretty decent on those links.
Oh yeah.
I guess let me just.
You might want to paint them another color first to let it soak it up.
You think, or maybe like
Simply Wooden Creations.
I'm just gonna try it though.
Yeah, that's a laser job for sure.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Now, I do have to admit, Paul, I think I got the crud that had been on the lid,
Oh,
so it was real thick. Let me see. Let me put a little bit in here, and I'll just take it out of here instead.
that sure is neat paint, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Let's see. Let's just take a quick try. I don't know, Paul.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
That doesn't really soak up at all. Let's see the thinner stuff. And even on the top. Even
Oh, it looks good, doesn't it?
the only problem, and I feel like I'm stuttering, the only problem I'm seeing is that it looks almost white, and I was going to paint the racer white. And this is just a bad paintbrush to be doing this too, but
What would happen if you painted everything white and then went back and put that on top?
well, that's probably what I should do, is paint everything white because that's what you're supposed to do. But I was just trying to get a thought or an idea of what the silver would look like. So yeah, so maybe I do need to paint the gearbox and stuff white, then come back and detail with the silver. That's an awesome idea. Let's just get rid of the little drop or two that's in there. Put that back. Anyway, and do I have some thinner? Is this? No, this is not thinner. It's what's that mineral spirit stuff?
Well, yeah, paint thinner,
Yeah,
mineral spirits.
it's mineral spirits. I got plenty of it. You can kind of see the silver. I mean, it really thin. It still works good.
It just wasn't so expensive, huh?
I don't remember how much that was.
Wasn't it like $14 or something?
Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. But a little goes a long ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, this brush does it clean. Well, this is one of those cheap, model brushes anyway. All right. Well, do you want to show something else, Paul?
Nope, I'm just sitting here watching this thing self-level.
Let me
It's almost done, I hope.
right.
Uh-huh.
Let's take a look at what you're doing. And
The calibration takes a while.
interesting. But yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll go through and paint everything white, and then come back and put the silver in there, the detailing basically. Or maybe I'll even detail it next time before putting it on. I'm looking at the front struts. See, and since I've got them cut,
Oh yeah,
maybe I should just paint those first. And then that way
probably
there's
get a better job, wouldn't you?
yeah, yeah. Still going, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's probably got another 3, 4 minutes on it.
Well, I think I'm going to sign off unless
All
you got
right.
anything else, Paul.
I will talk to you during the week probably.
Okay. Well, let me finish cleaning this off. In fact, by all means, yeah, I think I'm just going to throw that in here. There's not much more. Um, Actually, let's just do it this way. Anyway, guys. Thanks for everyone that showed up. Russ, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it, man. Jack in the Shop, like always. Jeff's Train World and N.O. Gage. Jim, JJE, Jeff Robinson, and Jeff Robinson.
Simply Wooden Creations says, "Good night, my friend."
Good night. Good night, my friend. Jeff Robinson, I need to do some ham stuff for sure.
Snawcrush for Canada says, "Later, Al Paul."
See you, Greg.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. I know Chris Nealon was here for a little while. Yeah, Niantic woodworking with Chris Nealon. Jim, JJE. I know that Silly Andy was here for a little while. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just scrolling back through the messages. If I miss your name, my apologies. I just like to acknowledge. If I can. Mr. Senor Phoenix 25, howdy, and thank you for stopping by. That one kid also, I know those two. But anyway, guys, so all I got to do now is say, I just get blinded here. Remember, no matter what you do it just for fun and live long and prosper. Bye, guys.
See ya.